Most people think becoming a tech lead is a promotion. It's not. For a lot of people, it's actually a downgrade. More responsibility, more pressure, and less time to do what you are actually good at. And here is the truth. A lot of tech leads were never supposed to be tech leads in the first place. They were just really good engineers put in a leadership role by a system that doesn't understand leadership. And that's where everything starts to break. In this video, I'm going to show you why most technology leaders fail, the biggest myths about the role, and what actually makes someone effective, especially if you are leading a team or thinking about stepping into a managerial position. Because if you get this wrong, you don't just hurt your own career, you slow down the entire team. Now, quick context. I have spent more than a decade leading technology teams, building complex systems, scaling products, and working under real pressure. And the last 6 years, consulting and training more than 2,000 team leads. And I keep seeing the same problem again and again. Smart, hardworking people completely struggling in leadership roles. Not because they are not capable, but because they are playing the wrong game. Let's start with the biggest lie. The biggest lie is that the tech lead is the best engineer on the team. That they need to know everything, make all decisions, write the best code, and that's bullshit. And not only it is wrong, it actually makes you a worse leader. Because the moment you believe that, your focus stays on your performance, not your team performance. And now you're competing with your own team instead of building them. There is a comment I saw that describes this perfectly. If the tech lead is expected to be the top performer, it discourages them from building and developing others because strong team members become a threat. Think about that. If your value comes from being the best, why would you make others better? You wouldn't. And that's exactly how teams get stuck. The team lead becomes the bottleneck, the decision maker, the kind of hero. And the team, passive, dependent, slower and slower over time. This is the first shift you need to understand. Leadership is not about your output anymore. It's about what happens without you. A strong tech lead, it's not the smartest person in the room. They are the one who makes the whole room smarter. Now, let's talk about how most people actually become tech leads, because this part nobody really explains. It's not a strategy, it's not readiness, it's fear. Companies promote strong individual contributors because they are afraid to lose them. That's it. Not because they are great with people, not because they understand leadership, but because they know the system, they are valuable. We can't afford to lose them. So they get promoted without clarity, without proper training, without even asking, do you actually want to lead people? And now you have someone in a leadership role who still wants to just code. There was a comment from one of my own team leads who got promoted, who said that, all I wanted was to be given a task and left alone. Now I am a lead and I am miserable. He shared that he understands code but not people. So as his manager, I needed to step up and train him better than I did before, because I also made a mistake assuming that the smartest person in a team could make a great team lead. And in the end of the day, the guy not only became a great team lead, but now he's a CTO and a scale-up. So that worked really good if we have the right system in place. And that's not rare, that's normal, because we build a system where the only way to grow up is to stop doing what you're good at and start doing something completely different. And that just doesn't work like that, because without preparation, it just fails. So now you have tech leads who avoid difficult conversation, don't give feedback, hide in code, or overcompensate by controlling everything. From the outside, it may look like a people problem, but it's actually not. It's a system problem. Now, let's flip this. What does a great tech lead actually do? First, they make the team better, not just themselves. If you have 5 people on your team and only you are performing at the high level, you are not a strong lead. You are just a strong individual contributor with a title. Your real job is leverage, helping others to improve, unblocking them, challenging their thinking. Because when the whole team levels up, that's when performance scales. Second, they protect the team. And this one is huge. When something goes wrong, bad leaders look for the one who they should blame. Good leaders take responsibility. They defend their people externally and develop them internally. That creates psychological safety, and without that, you don't get honesty, you don't get ownership, you don't get real performance. There was a really good comment, I would go to war to defend my team, So that's kind of mindset you want, because if your team feels exposed, they stop taking risks. And if you don't take risks anymore, you stop improving. Third, they give credit away publicly, consistently, because leadership is not about visibility for you, it's about visibility for your team. Bad tech leads take all the credit. Good tech leads distribute it. And over time, that builds trust, motivation, and ownership. Fourth, they don't force decision. They create buy-in. This is where most technical leaders fail. They go away, do research, and come back with the best solution and expect everyone just to follow. But people don't commit to discussions if they didn't participate in it. So instead, you involve your team, you ask questions, you challenge ideas, you create a discussion. And yes, sometimes you still make the final call, but now the team understands it, and more importantly, they support it. And finally, they show up when things get hard, not disappear, because this is where leadership is tested. Deadlines are slipping, pressure is rising, things starting to break. Bad leaders retreat. Good leaders engage, not by doing everything themselves, but by being present, supporting, guiding, stabilizing, because when the team feels supported, they keep moving. When they don't, they shut down. Why does it all matter? Because leadership is not technical. Leadership is psychological. And most companies completely miss this. They optimize for skills, not for behavior. They promote knowledge, not influence. And then they wonder why teams struggle. But here's the shift I want you to make. You don't become a great tech lead when you get a title. You become one when you start acting like one before you have it. Defend people, give credit, create clarity, support others. You can do all of this even without a role. And ironically, that's what gets you the role. But more importantly, that's what makes you an effective when you finally get it. A lot of people chase the tech lead title because it sounds like a progress. But if you don't understand what the job actually is, you will end up more stressed, less fulfilled, and less effective. So don't ask, how do I get promoted? Ask, do I actually want to lead people? Because if the answer is no, that's fine. You stay an individual contributor. You go deep. You become exceptional. But if the answer is yes, then understand this. Your job is no longer to be the best. Your job is to build the best. And that's completely different role. And if you want to understand how to actually get promoted in tech, so you are really taking care of the right things, you should check this video next.